We are going straight in, full throttle, into what might be the most statistically cruel, just baffling season in modern Formula One.
Oh, absolutely.
We are talking about a year where the raw talent delivered an absolute masterclass, a 24-0 qualifying demolition of his teammate.
Unheard of.
Yet the points table at the end of the year, a completely demoralizing mid-table finish. We are, of course, talking about Fernando Alonso's 2025 season.
And we have to ask the question.
And the question is electric. Did he really suffer the single greatest run of pure bad luck the grid has seen in a decade?
Well, the claim itself is, it's just astonishing. You put that 24-0 record next to his actual championship finish, and it just screams for an investigation.
It really does.
We can't just go on feelings or frustration here. We have to, get past the emotion and actually quantify the hard cost of this misfortune.
And that is exactly our mission today in this deep dive. We are adding up every single point lost to things that were totally out of his control.
A number so high, it's
so high that Alonso himself, a man who's seen it all, called the car's behavior paranormal. We're looking for 40 lost points.
So let's do it. Let's unpack this tragedy. We've broken it down into two distinct and painful blocks.
Okay.
The first is the cold, hard mechanical failures. The freak accidents where the driver is just a passenger.
Right. The stuff you can't blame anyone for.
Exactly.
Right.
And the second block, that's the human element, the strategy errors, the bad safety car timings, the stuff that's, frankly, a lot harder to forgive.
Let's get into it. Block 1. Cold, hard steel, and pure absurdity. What did the mechanical gods cost him in 2025?
Okay, so when we just tally up the points lost purely to hardware breaking or a freak incident, the bill comes to 14 points.
14.
14 points that were on the table, often early in the race, and then just gone, vanished into smoke.
Wow, 14 points just from metal giving up and the universe basically conspiring against him. Walk us through that list. This is where it starts to feel cursed.
It really does. First up, the cruel one, China. Alonso was running well. He was ahead of key rivals when his brakes just failed.
Oh, man.
Forced him to retire super early, lap 4. Now, we're being realistic here. The Aston wasn't a world beater that day, but given the chaos that happened later,
Right.
an 8th place finish was absolutely on the cards. That's 4 points. Gone. Instantly.
A total gut punch right at the start of a race. And that feeling just had to get worse a few races later at the most famous track of all.
It did. Next up, Monaco. And this was just brutal timing. He was running right behind Isaac Hadjar.
Okay.
And in Monaco, track position is everything. We're not saying he was going to pull off a miracle overtake, but there was no way he was dropping back either. Hadjar finished 7th. So if his power unit hadn't failed, Alonso finishes 7th. That's a clear 6 points just thrown away.
6 points in Monaco, purely because the engine gave up. So that's 10 points already, and now we get to the one that it just defies physics.
The Italian Grand Prix, Monza. This is the one that makes you question reality.
I remember this.
He was running brilliantly, ahead of Bortoleto. Then, off track, Lando Norris kicks up a stone, a single tiny piece of gravel.
Go away.
It flies through the air, hits his front suspension, and collapses it. A random rock took him out of a points finish.
That's insane.
Bortoleto finished 8th. A conservative finish for Alonso was P8. That's another 4 points lost to, well, a literal rock. It's unbelievable.
That's the definition of paranormal, to use his word. Okay, so 4 in China, 6 in Monaco, 4 in Monza. That's 14 points. But wait, you said there were 4 mechanical failures.
Good catch. The 4th was a brake issue in Mexico. We mentioned it for thoroughness, but he was outside the points at the time, so no realistic points were lost there. We're only counting the ones that actually cost him in the standings.
Got it. So block 1 closes at 14 points, and just that alone would have taken him from 56 points to 70. But that still leaves us 26 points short of the curse.
Exactly.
And that means we have to talk about human error.
If the mechanics were bad, this next part is where the pit wall, the strategy team, and just plain old racing incidents delivered the rest of the tragedy.
If you're watching this deep dive on YouTube, welcome to the DRS zone. Don't forget to subscribe for more intense F1 content and analysis just like this.
And just for clarity, this segment is part of our news coverage of recent F1 events, breaking down the impact of the 2025 season.
Okay.
Block 2, strategy, safety cars, and other drivers. This is where it gets complex and, frankly, more costly. We're hunting for those last 26 points across 5 key incidents.
And to be clear,
We are deliberately excluding the 8 points from the Australian crash. We judge that a racing incident, not pure bad luck or a team blunder.
fair enough. Let's start with the strategic nightmares. Miami Sprint, a drying track, a tiny window to switch tires, and they blew it.
They blew it completely. It was a monumental failure. It was a clear crossover point for slicks. Hamilton and Stroll, they got it right, pitted early.
And Alonso?
They inexplicably kept him out longer. He was running P8. Had he just copied Stroll's correct strategy, our analysis shows a fourth-place finish was highly realistic before he got taken out later by Lawson.
So the key error was the pit call.
Absolutely. That's 5 points lost just on timing.
5 points gone because the team wasn't decisive. That's a tough one to swallow. Okay, next. Imola. This felt like the racing gods themselves just decided to mess with him.
It was a strategic punch to the gut. He'd qualified brilliantly, running P5, looking perfect for a great result. They pit him early, a bit of a risk to get track position.
And
then the safety car comes out at the absolute worst possible time for him. It completely killed his race, destroyed his track position. He went from a solid P5 fight to finishing 11th.
Wow.
Realistically, P7 was definitely on the cards with his pace. That's another 6 points just gone, vanished because of safety car.
Okay, so that's 11 points in this block. Now we get to Great Britain, this one. This one feels different. The analysis suggests it might have been a strategic bias.
It's what's so frustrating here, the contrast. The team gave Stroll the effective strategy, the one that actually had him running in P3 for a bit.
And Alonso got the risky one.
He got the Hail Mary. He finished 9th, got 2 points. But if you give him the better strategy, the one his teammate got, based on his pace, a 5th-place finish was entirely possible.
From 9th to 5th.
That's how.
It's a staggering 8 points lost because the team deployed their strategies unevenly.
8 points. That's the biggest single loss, and it's because the team essentially picked the wrong horse. That's shocking. This isn't just bad luck anymore.
No, it's questionable execution. And the bad luck with safety cars came back like a cruel joke at Zandvoort.
It was almost a carbon copy of Imola, wasn't it?
Almost identical. Another horribly timed safety car that just hammered Alonso and, benefited his teammate. It cost him a minimum of 2 points by shuffling him back.
And finally, the first lap chaos. The Austin sprint.
Oh, that one was over before it began. He had a stellar start. Just incredible. He rockets up to P2 out of turn 1. I remember that. He was flying.
Leveraging the chaos perfectly. But before he can even settle in, he's collected in a collision. Now, P2 for the whole sprint might have been a stretch.
Sure.
But a conservative, realistic finish given that start, 4th place. That's 5 points, got on the opening lap.
Let's add that up then. 5 in Miami, 6 in Imola, 8 at Silverstone, 2 in Zandvoort, and 5 in Austin. That is 26 points.
26 points lost to strategy and incidents. Brutal.
Okay. Let's deliver the final number, the one we set out to prove. We have the 14 points from mechanical failures.
Yep.
And the 26 points from strategy and incidents.
Yeah.
That gives us a documented, verifiable total of 40 points lost.
40 points.
40 points.
And when you connect that number to the big picture, the entire story of the 2025 season changes.
Okay, lay it out for us.
He finished the year with 56 points. If you give him back those 40 points he lost to this tidal wave of disaster, he would have ended the year with 96 points.
96 points. So forget the midseason narrative, forget the final standings. What does 96 points actually mean?
96 points would have placed him 8th, a clear 8th in the World Drivers' Championship. And more importantly,
Best of the rest.
the undisputed best of the rest, the highest-ranked driver outside of the top teams. It's a massive achievement.
And you have to remember the car he was driving. The AMR 25 was described all year as being so difficult, an 8th or 9th fastest car on pure pace.
Exactly. He was wrestling this profoundly difficult machine into point-scoring positions, only for the car or the pit wall to snatch it away.
He was a mitigating masterclass.
That's the perfect way to put it. The 40 lost points are the proof of the effort it took just to understand that car's paranormal behavior.
So this analysis, it finally silences anyone who just looked at the points table. His potential P8 finish versus Stroll's actual 16th place next to that 24-0 qualifying record. It all clicks now. The points finally reflect the performance we saw every weekend.
And that's the ultimate takeaway for you listening. The raw results table, it just doesn't tell the story. His 2025 season was a masterclass in turning a terrible situation, a car and strategy full of errors, into what should have been a P8 finish.
Which raises a huge question looking forward, doesn't it? Can a driver, even one like Alonso, really influence a team to stop making these kinds of mistakes? Or is the hope just that the luck turns around for 2026?
Let's hope for his sake and ours that all of that bad luck stayed firmly in 2025.
If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure you're following the DRS Zone on all our platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and of course right here on YouTube. We'll see you for the next deep dive.